The invitation had been my mother's masterpiece. Thick cream card, gold foil, our names embossed like royalty. Clarissa and Mateo, forever begins September 14th. 300 envelopes, each one licked shut with her tongue while she told me how lucky I was that the Alvarezes had agreed to merge bloodlines with us. My dress hung in her closet, not mine, because pearls look better against her wallpaper. The venue was booked under her name, the menu approved by Mateo's mother, the string quartet paid from the trust my grandfather left me but never let me touch. Then came Friday morning. I was at the bridal suite early, alone, sipping terrible coffee, when the concierge knocked. A single envelope slid under the door. My name and my father's impatient scrawl. Inside one sheet. Clarissa. After careful consideration, the wedding is off. Mateo has decided he cannot proceed. We support his decision and have informed the guests. Expect contact from our lawyer regarding the return of all gifts and the settlement of bills. Do not make a scene. Mom and Dad. No explanation. No phone call. Just the sound of 300 dreams being cancelled by people who had never asked what I wanted in the first place. I read it twice. Then I folded it into a perfect square, slipped it into my bra like contraband, and walked to the ballroom where workers were already stripping white roses from the arches. The event manager looked sick when she saw me. "I'm so sorry, Miss Clarissa. Your parents called at 6. They said the groom's family threatened to sue if we didn't shut it down immediately." I smiled the way I'd been taught at finishing school. Small, pleasant, lethal. "Of course. Please continue." I did not cry. I did not call Mateo. I did not phone my mother and beg. I simply took the service elevator to the parking garage, got into the white vintage Rolls they'd rented for photos, and drove home in my sweatpants and veil. The house was empty. They'd gone to the lake house to avoid gossip. The housekeeper whispered, eyes wide. My wedding dress still hung in Mother's closet like a ghost. I left it there. I turned my phone off and slept for 14 hours. When I woke on Saturday, the world had already burned me at the stake. Group chats overflowed with screenshots of the mass email my parents sent. Due to unforeseen circumstances involving the bride, the wedding has been cancelled. We apologize for any inconvenience. Mateo's mother had posted a Bible verse about wolves in sheep's clothing. My own cousin commented laughing emojis. I showered, put on the plainest black dress I owned, and drove downtown to the office of Delgado and Associates, the law firm my family had used for 40 years. Mr. Delgado greeted me with the awkward sympathy reserved for scandals. "Clarissa, darling, your father asked me to." I slid the folded note across his desk. "They fired you yesterday," I said calmly. "I'm here to hire you today." He read the note. His eyebrows climbed toward his receding hairline. "You want to countersue?" "No," I said. "I want to execute the documents my grandfather had drawn up when I turned 25. The ones my parents begged me never to open because it would tear the family apart." Ring a bell. Delgado swallowed. "The trust amendment." "My God. You're sure?" "Positive." At 25 I had inherited controlling shares in the family company, the one that bottled the sparkling water found in every luxury hotel from Dubai to Manhattan. My parents had spent years convincing me I was too emotional to understand business, that I should leave voting rights to them until I was older. I had listened because love is a form of obedience. I was done obeying. I spent the next 36 hours in that office signing where Delgado told me to sign, initialing where he told me to initial. By Sunday night I owned 53% of Aquafina Holdings. My parents owned 12% combined. Mateo's father, their largest distributor, owned 9%. The rest were minority shareholders who had never particularly liked my mother's Christmas letters. On Monday morning the board was called to an emergency meeting. My parents thought it was about damage control. They arrived tanned and rested from the lake, mother in linen, father already practicing his disappointed sigh. They froze when they saw me at the head of the table in the chair that had always been my father's. "Clarissa," mother hissed, "this is inappropriate." I waited until the doors closed. Then I pressed the button that lowered the screen. Slide 1. The note they left under my door. Slide 2. Screenshots of the mass email blaming me. Slide 3. The new share registry with my name in bold. Slide 4. My resignation as creative consultant, effective immediately. and my appointment as chairperson and CEO. The room was so quiet I could hear my mother's pearls clack when she swallowed. "You can't do this," my father said, voice shaking. "You don't know how." "I spent the weekend learning," I replied. "Turns out it's not hard when you own the company." Mateo's father tried to stand. Security, new hires who answered only to me, gently encouraged him back into his seat. "Here's what happens next," I continued almost kindly. "You have 30 days to vacate the Madrid penthouse and the Hamptons house, both owned by Aquafina. Your company cars will be returned. Your expense accounts are frozen. Mother, your charity boards will receive letters explaining that you are taking a sabbatical due to personal misconduct. Father, the yacht is being sold to cover the legal fees you're about to incur." Mother started crying, the ugly kind she always swore she was above. "You're our daughter. You stopped being my parents the moment you chose reputation over me," I said. "You taught me that love has conditions. I'm simply applying the lesson." I stood. "One more thing. The wedding venue still has all the flowers, the cake, the string quartet. I kept the booking. I'm getting married there tomorrow. Alone if I have to. But I will walk down that aisle in the dress you chose, to music you paid for. And I will smile for every photographer you canceled. And when they ask where the groom is, I'll say, he wasn't necessary. I already got everything I wanted." I left them screaming at Delgado, who was now my lawyer. The next day the sky opened into perfect blue. I wore the dress. It fit better without their expectations stitched into the seams. My maid of honor was Sophia from accounting, the only colleague who had texted me on Friday to ask if I was okay. The quartet played Vivaldi while 200 empty chairs watched me dance alone under fairy lights that had cost more than most people's rent. I posted one photo that night. Me, barefoot on the marble floor, holding a glass of Aquafina champagne. New label, my design. Caption: "Turns out the wedding wasn't off. It just had a change of bride. The company stock tripled in 6 months. I still sign every bottle that leaves the factory. My parents live in a 2-bedroom condo in Valencia now, the kind with a shared pool and neighbors who recognize them from the tabloids. Mother sends birthday cards with no return address. Father tried to apologize once, drunk on cheap wine at a cousin's funeral. I let him finish, then walked away. Some nights I still take out the note they left under the door. I keep it in the top drawer of the desk that used to be my father's. When I touch the paper now, I don't feel pain. I feel the exact moment I stopped asking to be chosen and started choosing myself. 48 hours. That's all it took to turn their betrayal into my coronation.